Good afternoon. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Katie Stazak. Beautiful day here in South Florida. We got a fast lane track. We got a firm turf course this afternoon, and we got a carryover in the Rainbow Six, and we got a 10-race card. So it starts in race number 5, and it's a little over $40,000, just about $41,000. And as I mentioned, that's races 5 through 10. They nailed all the other carryovers yesterday, so we'll be dealing with the Rainbow Six carryover in race number 5. But don't forget, we do have that Super High 5 in the last race each and every day, and I think it paid a couple of grand again yesterday.
It always pays well, and we had one single heading into the final leg of the Rainbow Six yesterday. Couldn't get it done, so we have another great carryover today, and they continue to bet into it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun today. Probably up here around $100,000, I would imagine. So let's get right to Saturday's action, because we got a fun card. We got 10 races. Our first race, 1 mile claimers. No, let's go. Before we do that, let's take a little backtrack and see that the stake race yesterday, a very impressive winner in that race, that horse called Street of Gold. He was pretty impressive. He got those blinkers on yesterday, and he just drew off, didn't he?
We had a really fun card yesterday, and this was a great race. Street of Gold, trained by Eric Reed, was shipped in all the way from Keeneland for this race and made the road trip worthwhile. It was a very impressive winner. Eric Reed, actually, part of the reasoning in shipping this mare down for the race was to reunite with Hall of Fame jockey Edgar Prado, who had ridden the mare to numerous top finishes in graded stakes company. Seemed like the partnership was happy to be back together. It was a really nice run.
Yeah, it was a really nice win, and as I mentioned, we got an equipment change early in the day. He was going to wear blinkers, and that just sort of sold me on him. He was the class of the race, but he hadn't won since 2013, but he was always in grade 1, grade 2 races, so this looked like a nice spot, and, ran very well in there, so that takes care of yesterday's action. Now we'll look at today's stuff. This one, first race, 1 mile claimers, 3 and up, non-winners of 3 in life, or race since November 30th. Katie and I both went with the number 4, Rich Daddy.
This one looks like a logical choice. Going to make the turf to dirt move today for trainer Alejandro Memo. He's made his last 4 starts on the grass. He's only run on the dirt once, but I'm pretty sure this is what may have sold you on the horse like it did me. That one time he was on the dirt, he went this mile distance, and he was an 11.5 length winner.
And I was just told today that his last name is pronounced Mimo.
Mimo.
Mimo, that's
well,
what they
apologies to Mr. Mamo.
Yeah, I called him that too.
Mimo.
Yeah, I don't know why. It looks like Mamo to me, but I'll go by what they said. They told me in the jocks room today, so it's Mimo, but Mamo. But the horse is going to win, I think so, in the first race. We both have the 3 Leighton Fire in second, trying this caliber competition. Another one that's going from the turf to the main track.
And another one that figures, between the surface switch and the class drop, I think those 2 factors should give him a boost today.
Yeah, and I threw the 5 in third, and you threw the 8. 5 horses is a late strutting type. I just thought he could close out the try.
And Penitent Prayer's coming back from a long layoff, but he did have a nice record prior to that.
Let's go to race number 2 today, and it's on the turf. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, the turf course is listed as firm, and we have 7 runners. It's a 1 mile turf event, maiden claimers, 3-year-olds, fillies. $50,000 down to $40,000 is the claiming tag. One equipment note in here, number 7, Romantic Forever, will race with blinkers on today. Blinkers on, the number 7 horse in that race. And once again, Katie and I were almost in exact agreement in here. The reason I bend over, it's hard to see the screen here where we got our selections up there. We don't see them until we get on the air here.
Nope.
We both went with the 4 Princess Fiona. I'll tell you why I did. This one making her first start since dueling throughout, finishing third. She was beaten a length. She was beaten by a repeat winner called Stormy Regatta at this level and distance, who was back on April 3rd. Ralph Nix. Edgar Prado. This is an $80,000 daughter of Smart Strike. I love Smart Strikes on the grass. So.
Oh, me too. And this one, that last start was coming off a 2-month freshening. She should be even better this time around.
And you put the number 5, Weiwei Toka in second, and I just thought this was a logical choice to be on the ticket.
Yeah, I think the top 3 in here all logically figure, and they are the top 3 in this race. Weiwei Toka, daughter of City Zip, disappointed last time out, but that was over a turf course listed as good against $75,000 maiden claimers. Previous 2 starts, second, beaten less than 2 lengths each time, should move forward when getting back on a firm surface.
Well, I saw a lot of speed in here, and I think it sort of sets up for the 5, Weiwei Toka, who likes to come from off the pace. So a logical choice. And Katie has in third, and I have in second as the 8, Carter Regia. This one turning back to a mile. pressed the pace last time out, weakened in the lane to finish fourth. That's one of the horses I think is going to be in that pace scenario, at least that I see on paper.
I agree. The turn back should really help her today.
Well, that is race number 2. We're going to go to the third race, 6.5 furlongs, maidens, 3-year-old and upward in this race. And we want to go back and show you a horse that I think is going to be very nice. Hasn't run in a while, and that is number 7 today, our Cat Daddy. And this race was back on, I think, Florida Derby Day?
This was on Florida Derby Day, March 28th. This is a maiden special weight. You're going to be looking at the 6 our Cat Daddy. Took the lead at the top of the stretch. Going to fade to third, but beaten only a length and 3/4. Again, this was his career debut. And take a look at this horse. He is big. This is a horse that is really starting to kind of develop and grow into himself, learn how to use that big body. I was impressed by the way he ran. I saw him come out to the track that day, and I had him on the ticket that day, and I said, oh, I'm not sure. He looks like he's going to need some time. Now he's had that time.
It looked like he had the blinkers on. He was still trying to look into the stands there, so he ran a little greenly in there, and he's from the Kirk Zadie part. Get a load of this stat. Kirk Zadie winning races here this spring, summer at a 65% rate. There's one sentence I never thought I'd say at a racetrack. He's been on fire. This is a son of Montbrook. And what's nice about this horse, he's working well, too. He's working good across town at Gulfstream Park West. In second, you have the number 3, My High Roller, who's a half-brother to Breeders' Cup Juvenile winner Stevie Wonderboy.
Yeah, talk about a nice pedigree there. This one's a son of Bernardini, a former $650,000 yearling purchase for Whisper Hill Farm. Hasn't hit the board yet, hasn't kind of lived up to that purchase price. Right. But this is going to be his first start for trainer Ralph Nix, and Nix did the same thing with another Whisper Hill Farm horse here last week in Hollywood Idol that similarly broke his maiden in his debut for the Nix barn.
Yeah, and that horse that won that race, Donworth, came back and ran, I believe, second in the Lexington Stakes. So he was keeping company with that. And
nice horse.
Yeah, so it was just moving up, a good barn, and I think this horse got a bright future. We'll see how number 3, My High Roller. In second, I put number 1, More Applause, stretching out today to that 6.5 furlong distance. I thought a solid 6 furlong debut in which he broke from the rail, but he ended up rallying 5 wide in that race to finish well-meant third. It was at 3/4 of a mile. I think it's a nice horse.
I agree, and the horses that he finished behind in that race are also looking to be pretty nice. The winner, Sarlep, was making his second start from a long layoff for the Gustavo Delgado barn, who actually finished behind Southwest Stakes winner Far Right in his career debut, and son of a Derby winner, a promising first-time starter from the Nix barn. So in good company.
Well, we got a special treat for you. Our stake race is earlier in the card today. It is in race number 4, 6.5 furlongs. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, $60,000. This is the C. Lily handicap, $60,000 guaranteed. We're going to have 6 runners in the field, and we want to go back and show you a horse that Katie has on top of her ticket. I have in second, and that is to Best Behavior, back from May 3rd.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the Sunrise handicap, but Ron's top selection is in here too, and that's going to be the winner, Celebrity Star. I wanted you to take a look at Best Behavior, because in this race, Best Behavior was supposed to show speed. Celebrity Star ends up winning when no pace really develops on the front end and she's able to steal it. I think there's so much pace in this race that it's going to set up for Best Behavior if she stalks again like she did last time out. And she closes pretty well to get up for second. She's not going to catch Celebrity Star that day, but I think today the pace and the race is just going to set up for this classy, hard-knocking mare.
Well, I was torn between the top 2 and the Celebrity Star was a double-digit winner last time out, paid really nicely and everything. I think it's a logical choice to make it 2 in a row in there. Just had a big palm frond fall down there, if you want to know what that noise was. Best Behavior for all the reasons you mentioned, Katie. But how about the horse we both put in third, Little Alexis, making his third start since returning from the layoff? I think this one should be primed and ready. Made a move at the top of the stretch, finished 4th behind aforementioned Celebrity Star and Best Behavior. Carlo Vaccarezza took this horse after that race, has him up in Palm Meadows, says she loves it up there and is doing fantastically, and is expecting the horse to run very well.
Well, she should rebound, and she's the class of the field on paper. Grade 1 stakes place, and hopefully she came out of that last race okay, and she'll be back to herself this time around.
Well, we'll see how that feature race in the afternoon works out. That's the C. Lily handicap. So let's go to race number 5, and this is where the Rainbow Six kicks off. It's a 1-mile maiden claiming event. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Scratch my old buddy. I love the name of this horse, and don't ask me why. Number 4, True Rice Pudding, who is right on top of my ticket today. today, not going to compete. So I scratched into the number 3, Bella Forever, who I think should be ready to offer more after returning from a 4-month-plus layoff to finish 4th against the same level of competition, going 6 furlongs. I really had my heart set on having number 4, True Rice Pudding, this afternoon. Not eat the rice pudding, I mean, betting on rice pudding this afternoon. But I scratched into 3, Bella Forever. And you have number 9, Valid Wildfire, who might turn out to be the logical choice in here.
Yeah, I really like this one in the spot. This 4-year-old filly just seems to be figuring things out as she's hit the board in each of her last 2 starts at the distance. Last time out, she was a solid second on May 16th against $12,500 maiden claimers, was more than 2 lengths clear of Spiritual Leader, who we both also have on the ticket. So I think she's going to continue to keep up that consistency and get the job done.
Yeah, the horse that they were running against, Amaluna, nobody was beating Amaluna that day. She just ran off at the race. So these horses were all playing for minor awards. Once again, scratch the 4, True Rice Pudding. This kicks off the the Rainbow 6, excuse me. Might want to go a little deep. I think the 3 and 9 are logical choices there, along with the 5, but you might have to spread a little bit in there. We're going to go to race number 6, which kicks off the pick 5 in the afternoon, 1 mile, 1/16th. On the turf, 3-year-olds and up, non-winners of 2 races in life, or 3-year-olds, $16,000. We're going to have 9 runners going to the post, and you went with the number 5 horse in here, Royal Rogue.
Well, just from the company that this horse has been keeping, I think he's the horse to beat. The blinkers are going to come off today, and in his past few starts, last time out, I'm kind of going to throw that one out, give him another chance. The start before, he finished 3rd behind Escondido and Fire Blue, both next out winners.
Yeah, I just think that the horse that I put on top, I think the Royal Rogue is the right one, but I went with a little bit of a pricing. I know you put it in second, I'm glad about that, and that's the 8, Boom Boom Frankie, dropping to the $16,000 level, stretching out to a mile in the 16th. After rallying to finish 3rd against $25,000 condition claimers, that was going a mile on the grass. Larry Pilati, apprentice John Cruz handling the drop down. Been watching Larry Pilati all through the winter, and I just think this is a nice spot for this horse, thus putting him on top of the ticket. I don't know about getting the 8-1, but I'm glad that you had him on the ticket. I thought I was taking a little bit of a shot, but you sort of boasted my opinion in here.
Yeah, I think he has a great shot in here, but I thought this was really interesting. Larry Pilati had a great winter, and he continues to boast a high winning percentage, but he's 0 for 13 in turf races. I didn't realize that. So we'll see how he does with this one, but I think he logically figures could make that statistic change today.
That's a great angle that you brought up, because I remember, that Larry Pilati, throughout the years, he's been in South Florida for many, many years in here, and he's never been one of the guys that wins a lot on the turf. He's always been a main track guy, so that's a great angle that you brought up. In 3rd, I have number 3, Ben Jacobs, stretching out, duel for the lead throughout last time out, finished 3rd, beating the length. It was against $12,500, 2 lifetime claimers, going 7.5 furlongs. Here's the thing. He's a 1 for 44 gelding. Don't like him on top of the ticket, but I like him to grab maybe a share.
Yeah, I also threw in the 7 Thunder and Willie, who was 5th, 2 spots behind Boom Boom Frankie last time out. Seems to be well spotted, has a win at the distance, unlike the other 2 horses that I have on my ticket, but I think the top 2 that we talked about are the top 2 in the race.
Well, let's go to race number 7 today. 6 furlongs, claimers 3 and up, at $6,250. Scratch in here of number 1, Smoking the Field, and the number 3 horse in here who I have on top must have been glad when he didn't see his current nemesis running here, Smoking the Field, because he had beat him 2 times. I'm talking about Dangerous Trick. He moved to the Marcial Navarro Bonvita claim and is looking to get back to his winning ways after finishing 2nd and 3rd respectively behind Smoke the Field in there. And that was one of the concerns I had in there. That was a pair at the same level in distance. This Navarro is 25% with new claims. He's got Luis Figueroa, 5-time local winner, this horse. So this horse, Dangerous Trick, we talk about him all the time. I just thought I'm going to give him one more chance in here. But I can understand going with number 8, Quiz Whiz. Boy, this horse was impressive last time out.
He really was, and he's such a hard-knocking top horse at the level, a local favorite really at this level. He's run well against tougher. Undoubtedly the horse to beat in his 3rd start back from more than a 5-month layoff. The fact that he won so impressively last time out, 2nd start back off the layoff, should be even fitter today.
He was 10 cents to the dollar last time out, so certainly going to be a short price. He actually went up. You see it when you look at this past performance, you'll see 10 cents. So you didn't make much money on him if you had him on top in there. The other horse we've been talking about, Kirk Zadie. Here's a horse, 4 Centaur Man, debuting locally for Kirk Zadie. First start not, beat a couple of next out winners in a $5,000 condition claimer up at Tampa in February. You know, the gelding runs well fresh. Normal handicapping, you look, you say a $5,000 condition claimer hasn't run since February. Out. But, you know, with Kirk Zadie, you just cannot do that. So we both, do you have him on the ticket? We both have him on the ticket.
Yeah, I was going to say, really wasn't sure what to do with this horse. Wasn't sure how that form was going to translate from Tampa to here, coming out of a $5,000 claimer. Hasn't run, but the connections had to use them, so I'm glad you thought the same way.
Yeah, and so we'll see how that race plays out. We're going to go to race number 8 right now, and this one is a 1 mile turf allowance, optional claimer, 3-year-olds and up, $75,000. Jockey change on the 2, make the rider Manuel Cruz. Scratch the 6, 9, 10, and 11 in this race. And we both have the number 3 Mexican Groove on our ticket, and let's show you why.
Yeah, he ran very well last time out. So let's take a look at this race from April 9th. He's the 4 Mexican Groove. He's going to finish second to a very nice, popular horse in here in Rizwan. You can see Rizwan is that chestnut with the big white blaze. And you're going to see the 4 Mexican Groove. He's the gray, coming on the outside. Closes very well. Rizwan has the jump on him. Going to finish second, but beaten only a length. Rizwan would go on to win the English Channel Stakes in his next start.
Yeah, Rizwan, a really nice horse and everything like that. Was up against it the last race. He tried a mile and a half. Didn't really like him that much at that distance and everything, but this is a nice horse. So anytime you see Rizwan in any past performance lines, you have to pay attention, and that's why I use the number 8, who you have at third. In second, that's Black Martino. Cutting back to this 1 mile distance. So 4 previous races at this distance has hit the board in 3 of those, 2 seconds and a third. After dueling early and weakly late when finishing third behind aforementioned Rizwan, that was in the $75,000 English Channel Stakes. And we mentioned this before about this horse, Black Martino. It just seems to be improving. You know, it just seems that, you know, it took him a little while to learn the game, and I think that this horse is sitting on a nice performance today.
I agree. I'm glad you used him. He also finished third in a nice stake, the Cutler Bay Stakes, behind a horse named Force the Pass and High Noon Rider. This is a nice horse. My only concern is that there's a lot of speed in here, and he's a front runner, but he's so game, I think he can definitely hold on for a share.
Well, the logical horse in here might be the 4 Jacobs Away. He's back in South Florida. He ran some really nice races up north in Tampa.
He did, and you know, he's really seeming to come on after getting a bit of a break after his 2-year-old season. He was a gaining third, beaten just 3/4 of a length last time out. Didn't have the greatest of trips either. Prior to that was second in a stake. He seems to have both back class and the potential to improve. Really hasn't reached his ceiling yet.
Yeah, if he won the race, I would not be shocked at all. I mean, I thought those were 2 nice performances up there, and we mention all the time, really respect the job that trainer Kathleen O'Connell does. This horse shipping down from Tampa, and a really nice level here. So Jacob's Way, I believe you got to have somewhere on your ticket. You know, in Mexican Groove, the logical choice in there, but Jacob's Way, like you have him in second, I would definitely use him in my exacta box. Now we're going to go to race number 9 this afternoon. 7 furlongs allowance, optional claimer, 3-year-olds and upward. We're going to scratch the number 6 Royal Grant, and I believe we do have a video in here of Niche, and this one had a little bit of trouble at the start last time out.
He did. I know you really like this horse in the race. Is this your best bet of the day?
This is I don't know if it's my best bet of the day. I think it might be. I got to look back in a second, but you see, he just got bopped around there. It wasn't as bad as, you know, and then you see he gets shuffled back here and everything, and he comes back and runs very well. It's Larry Pilati. There you see him back there, the number 2 horse. He comes into the stretch, and he runs pretty nicely.
I thought he ran pretty well, and he ran even better before that when he romped by more than 15 lengths going a mile. So this is a horse that you definitely have to have on the ticket, and you see there he's still caught on the rail. I thought, you know, good performance and finishing behind 2 very quality horses as well.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this horse and everything. I put him in it, but he's not my best bet. It was that other Kirk Zadie horse in race number 3, but this horse on top of my ticket here. I had to go back and check because I said I think I did make him best bet, but I didn't. The horse I used in second, who you did not use in here, is the 5 Houston Bull, and I'll tell you why. A winner at this level and distance at Tampa on April 22nd, he drops. He ended his campaign up north with a third-place finish. That was against $32,000 optional claimers. Here's what I like about this Gelling. He runs really well here at Gulfstream Park. He's had 10 races here, 2 wins, 2 seconds in the third, and he's a 3-time winner at the 7 furlongs. So I love horses that are proven commodities at 7 furlongs. 12 races with 3 wins, a second and 3 thirds. So he's 7 for 12 in the money at 7 furlongs. He likes Gulfstream, and I just thought I'd throw him on the ticket. I don't know what he's 8-1 on the morning line.
That's a nice value.
Right.
We both also used a 1 pass key, and I actually put him on top. Was a somewhat puzzling 4th at this level and distance last time out in April 24th. That was after he won 3 straight races at the level. You know, I think he can rebound today. Want to kind of throw that out. And I took a look at the races and thought maybe it had to do with the spacing. His wins all came when he had at least a month break. Last time out, he ran just off 3 weeks rest, so maybe he just needs a little bit more time between races.
You know, normally he's got to be on top of the ticket. You know, with that 3-race win streak, not only was it a 3-race win streak, it was very impressive. And coming into that race, I know you really liked him that day. I remember we were talking about it, and I think I had him on top of the ticket too. And he just didn't run.
Right.
You know, he just didn't run that well and everything like that. So, I mean, he's a logical choice. If he bounces back and runs to those 3 races, he's going to win it there. I went with Denise. Who else did you use on your ticket? You got that number 2 horse. Here, That Tune.
Well, the Stanley Gold Barn has been pretty hot lately, so that's one reason to put Hear That Tune on the ticket. He finished 2nd at this level last time out on May 9th, and he should be at his fittest in his 3rd start back from more than a 3-month layoff between his 2-year-old and 3-year-old season.
You know, we had a race similar to this yesterday that was wide open. We said to use all in there, and Katie ended up having the winner, and the race paid, I think it was 6 or 7 to 1. The one race that we thought was a toss-up, and that's sort of what this race is here. You know, we sort of in agreement, but maybe we see it a little differently. But if Pass Key should run back to those races, he can win there. Let's go to the 10th and final race on the card today, and it's 7.5 furlongs on the turf. Claim is 3 and up, $16,000. Scratch the main track only participant, number 11, Shawn Michael. We both went with number 3. I Feel Great, and this one too again looks like a logical contender.
Yes, he's come very close. The only hesitation is, does he want to win? Because he's come so close on several occasions. He's finished 2nd in each of his last 3 starts for trainer Milton Wolfson, beaten a half length and a neck in his last 2. Can he break through and win? I think so, but I want you to talk a little bit about the 5, Vincent Chase, because I know there's a little bit of a hunch play involved too.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this horse today. I was wondering to see if anybody caught it in my analysis today. Vincent Chase is dropping to the $16,000 level, showing speed. He retreated. That was a pair at the $35,000 and $32,000 level. And Vincent Chase, Vinny Chase, that is the star of the movie Entourage in this TV series that was very popular. So I wrote in there that, you know, that the entourage of Flying Turtle Stable, trainer Kathleen O'Connell, and jockey Pedro Monterrey Jr. find a competitive spot for the Son of Value Plus. So a little bit of a hunch play. I think the movie comes out in the next day or two. Supposed to be a blockbuster. Now, I hope they named it after that Vincent Chase, and there's not another Mr. Chase that's mad at me. So that's why I used that one on the ticket. But I see you went with the only filly in the field in 2nd.
Well, do you have Ghosted? Yes, you have her on the ticket also, and this is something that Wesley Ward does all the time, so I really don't freak out when I see it from him. This is a daughter of Ghost Zapper. This is her career debut, and she seems to be aggressively placed, and apprentice John Cruz is going to be in the irons. I'm expecting this one to be saying, come and catch me, and he's been able to pull off some nice wins with long shots after opening up big leads in turf races. Yeah,
and he's been holding on, and he gets that break with the allowance, you know, the apprentice allowance and everything there. The horse number 6 that you have on top of your ticket, I'll let you pronounce it here today, but I see that you have it on the ticket. I didn't use it, and I saw that Pete, our track announcer, has it on top on our tip sheet, so I want to know why. I didn't use them.
Well, this is Mitos y Leyendas. Leyendas, I hope that's a good pronunciation of Spanish. I do not have the best accent, so forgive me, but this is a 3-year-old son of Cantharos, who I thought showed something late when he got up for 4th in his career debut at this level on May 9th. That was for trainer Gustavo Amaya. Going to stretch out from 5 furlongs, and I think that's the key here. I think that should really suit him well, and there just seems to be plenty of room for him to move forward and improve in his 2nd start.
Well, there's one of the horses, and we have the Super High 5 in there, one of the horses that I believe you got to throw on your ticket. ticket today, so my New York accent always wants to jump back in. You know what I mean? So I went with 3, 5, and 10. You went with 3, 10, and 6, and looks like it's going to be a fun day of racing today. We got the stake race early on. We got over $40,000 in that Rainbow Six pool. So what do you think?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great day. The beautiful weather continues, and I thought yesterday's card was pretty great. We're just going to carry on over into today.
Hey, I want to mention one thing, too. Sister Track there, they have the Rainbow Six over there at Pimlico, and it's a 10-cent wager, and there's over $200,000 in that pool. So maybe you can go and take a look at Pimlico today, too, and see if you can nail that Rainbow Six. 10-cent wager, 20-cent here. So it's a fun bet up there, too. So maybe you can bring that down today. You can win one here and one there, and then you can go and live your life with a smile on your face.
We'll just make today a Rainbow Six day. Sounds good to me.
Good luck, everybody.